Hi everyone, it's Peggy Simingson. I wanted to talk about a subject. Well, first of all, I haven't made a video in a long time, so I wanted to make a video. And I was thinking about what's been going well this summer. So we're still in the midst of this crazy pandemic, and I wanted to talk a bit about how yoga has been helping me with my goal of self-care. And so just a disclaimer, this is not medical advice. I'm just sharing my experience personal with starting to do yoga and how it's helped me. So just a personal anecdotal vignette about the types of yoga I've been doing since about March and how it's been super helpful. So I started doing yoga probably when I was about 17. I've been like a permanent beginner for many years. And so my freshman year of college at UC San Diego, I signed up for a yoga class. It was great. I think it was traditional hatha yoga, salutations to the sun and down dog and kind of your traditional yoga. It was great. It was a transition time in my life, so it was perfect. And then many years went by, and I did yoga again in Austin when I was probably early 30s in grad school. A guy I knew was taking yoga and is like, come with me to yoga class. So I did, and went with him, for months to yoga. It's great. Pretty similar to the kind of yoga that I did around age 17. So traditional hatha yoga poses. And then I also did a free Kundalini yoga class one time in Austin. And so that was different, was really relaxed after that class. And then at UTA, I took a traditional yoga class, but it's been few and far between. So I really wanted to do something that was just general wellness, but I didn't know about the different types of yoga that focus more on staying calm and relaxing and that are more slow paced. And so I live like 3 minutes away from a yoga studio called Sacred Soul Yoga. And it's great. It's in North Richland Hills where I live. And we've been doing yoga, my mom and I, for about 3 to 4 times a week. I actually want to do more, but I actually set up a yoga mat in my upstairs in I guess what I'm calling my wellness room. And so I've been doing a little bit at home, but I've learned about 3 different types of yoga that I just want to share very briefly about, kind of briefly what they are. You can look them up online, on YouTube and whatnot, and then kind of how they've helped me. So the first one is restorative yoga. So restorative yoga has been around for a little while, and it's popular because it just helps you stay calm and relax. It can be meditative, and so at restorative yoga we use props like bolsters, blankets, and those types of things to do poses. And I actually went out and bought this restorative yoga deck, and it has all the different types of yoga. I got that on Amazon. So here it is again, restorative yoga deck. It's got 26 of the most popular poses. So you can see legs up the wall there. And so I love it because I always feel calm after restorative yoga. It's not difficult, from a body perspective, because a lot of it is poses that you hold for like several minutes and that kind of thing. And it's just, I think it's the best. If you're like a big stress ball like me, prone to anxiety, I recommend looking into restorative yoga. And I'm really grateful that the yoga studio down the road does this type of class. And so we go to that about twice a week. And then another type of yoga that I really hadn't heard of and wasn't familiar with until started going to this yoga studio is Yoga Nidra. And so Yoga Nidra is really unique. I encourage you to look it up if you're interested. It takes you kind of in this in-between state between being fully awake and being truly asleep. People have been known to fall asleep in general with Yoga Nidra. But it's very calming. It's a guided meditation is my understanding. And it just kind of helps you progressively relax your body point by point. So you start with your fingers, and then you go through the whole body, just focusing on relaxing. And I love it because it helps me to stay calm. It helps me just to feel like I'm just kind of decompressing and that kind of thing. In fact, there's a book I'm reading right now where they've done some, I believe, research on it, and it's they call it iRest, and it's really helpful. It's by Richard Miller, so I recommend this book if you're interested in yoga nidra, and so it just kind of helps you get a perspective, kind of helps you get away from the whole like fight or flight kind of anxiety and that kind of thing. And so really recommend this book, iRest Program for Healing PTSD, is a really good book, again by Richard Miller. Yeah, so just working on relaxation. And then finally, Yin Yoga. So Yin Yoga is also a slower paced yoga. And so we do Yin Yoga once or twice a week. So I have been, again, working on self-care. That's just one prong or facet of it. I'm also working on nutrition improvement. I need to work a lot more on sleeping more hours and that kind of thing. I'm working more on exercising, but I just want to say that the yoga practice has been really pivotal, really important, and that I didn't know that there were these slower paced, more relaxation focused yoga practices. And so I'm just really grateful for all that. And that's my sharing about yoga.